The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. We Talk Wrestling, for the one stop you need for the most intriguing stories and headlines and info on independent shows in multiple regions. We Talk Wrestling has you covered. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Join Shaft and General Vader every Thursday at 5 p.m. Central live on Facebook for Outside the Ring STL Throwdown Thursdays, as they bring you the inside scoop on wrestling in the St. Louis area today and relive great moments in St. Louis professional wrestling history. Before each and every show, we like to remind our audience that freedom is never free, and all of us should be grateful to those who lay it all on the line. To all our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation every day, we love you and appreciate the sacrifices you make to protect all of us. We're coming at you live with episode number 93 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, as we welcome the ambitious women's wrestler out of the Midwest, aiming straight for the top, the shooter, Shylynn. This podcast is scheduled for one episode, where falls count everywhere. Good evening, wrestling fans, one and all. Well, you forgot to put yourself back on, Z. And I was kind of delayed from doing that.
Well, I had issues. I had issues coming in. I was trying to get. I'm bringing my own gift today. I mean, golden meme today. Just so you know, like, don't look in the graphic stuff. Don't look.
Okay, I won't look at the graphic stuff here. Yeah, well, we got a big line of those come out here that we're going to share with our guest in the middle of that session here this evening, which, of course, is the shooter Shylynn, which is here featured on episode number 93 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. And if you're viewing us for the first time, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here on the left, based out of here in St. Louis, Missouri, right here in my beautiful LTX studios, with belts galore, and to the right, nerd, terrific, the Gem City Mouse Zmiz.
Man,
but that's good. It's a good way. Look at all the figures, man. You got a bunch.
I don't know. I like my wrestling figures. I don't care what anyone says. I collect. My kids collect. Like, they're learning and stuff. Like, look, I just found a road dog. Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is really cool. I found this just the other day out in the basement. Kurt Angle with hair.
Oh, okay, so 2000 Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go.
And then I have a lame rock too. But
a lame rock? A lame rock?
Yeah, it's the one with like this. My.
Yeah, my dad had a pet rock, but.
Terrible dad jokes. Terrible dad jokes.
We're already kicking it off with something really bad, everybody. Herb Simmons in the house. Good to see you, sir. And Willie's in the house. Good to see you, Willie, as always. And I'm going to go and put that little website in here, or link in here. So in case, if you're having trouble, just like I am, that apparently I cannot.
Hey, remember backslash.
You know, this ain't cool. I think I forgot to charge my keyboard.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is terrible, ain't it? I won't be able to do the show. Oh my God, somebody help me. I'm holding out for a hero, everybody.
That's why I still good old corded, man. I corded keyboard, corded mouse. Way to go.
Well, you know.
No other way. Oh, I also got.
Well, see, here's the thing. Okay, I've got so many chords that I can shake a stick at. If you would see what's in front of me, I if you're OCD, you'd have an epileptic fit. I guarantee you right now. it's it's not it's not pretty. It's not pretty. Let me see if it works now. I think can it? Yay! Look, I got something. Okay, that is it's unusual here. All right, Casey and Dean's in the house. Good to see you guys. And sorry about all this commotion here. I
It's
almost
false count everywhere. By now they're used to us like this, right?
what's that? Yeah, yeah, it's more like botches count everywhere because that's really what
Oh,
we're at,
hey. There's an
right?
end of the year a segment for us.
Oh yeah, there you go. When we went on the air and nothing went right. There you go. There you go. Oh shoot. Chat.restream.io/FB, that is in one of the recent chats here. If you keep coming up with Facebook user, please click on that link so we can see your name and your great profile pics, and we know who's um sending out our comments and questions and everything else here. So we are man, dude, we've got a lot to get to at the beginning of this show. And we're just gonna get right to it, man, because we
Dig
already
in it.
our botches pretty much took up all of our what we wanted to do. You know, at least we've got some other stuff here that's gonna be happening here. So we're gonna go ahead and get to our shows upcoming. And hmm, my goodness, here we go. Here we go. Here we
Yes,
go.
I
So
see.
we're gonna get to our we're gonna get to our shows here. We've got a lot to cover here. So a lot this Saturday. For SICW back at the Belclair Fairgrounds. Saturday doors open at 6, bell times at 7. Your featured main event right here. The return tag team match for two referees involved. LA Hustlers defending the titles against former champs Big Tex and Gary Jackson. Call 618-286-4848 to reserve your seats. You can also visit sicw.org for more information there. This also Saturday, Arkansas Wrestling Association presents Wrestling for a Cause with our one of our good friends that it's in the center of that poster, Luke Justice, also featuring Wildfire
Yes.
Rich and Dangerous Doug Gilbert there. Ringside is 15, general admission at 12. Read first from 5 to 6, and then the if you want more information here, you'll have to call 870-838-9991 for more information on that. And the next show, Mid States Wrestling returns to Springfield, Missouri on this coming Saturday. Uh, Big lineup for them. Luke Langley in the house. Space Cowboy Jason Jones, Stephen E, Jeremy Wyatt. I mean, the list goes on and on. You can call 858-848-SLAM, or you go to mswtickets.com for more information here. And if you go back and replay this, you can see uh, get the little QR code. That and of course, hey, New Breed Wrestling comes to
Yeah.
Golden on March 18th. Look at that. And of course, featured all the champions will be there. Looks like, and especially with our guest this evening, putting the women's championship on the line. The shooter Shylynn, of course, astonishing Austin Mulatalo will be there. Telecan will be there, and of course, Dr. Isaac there as well. And of course, that's going to be at in Eldon's Community Center. Make sure that you are visiting New Breed Wrestling on Facebook for more information on how you can get tickets there. Saturday, March 25th. Here we go. SICW for the Inaugural Temple for the Moolah Shriners. And of course, this is going to be an earlier than usual show with the doors opening at 4, bell times at 5. Ticket prices right there for general admission 20, kids at 15. You can reserve tables in advance if you like. You must reserve 8 seats to reserve a ringside table. And the Cowboy Bob Orton and Mr. USA Tony Atlas will be there in the house. Once again, visit sicw.org for more information on those. And this is April 1st and April 2nd for Tri-States Wrestling at the Bethany Community Gym, Bethany, Missouri. A two-day tournament to crown the first ever World Heavyweight Champion. Make sure you're visiting their website, tristateswrestling.com, for more information on how you can get tickets there. Let's see. April 15th, the Right to Fight for New Genesis Wrestling, with Cato challenging Marcellus Knights, Marcellus Knight for the NGW Heavyweight Championship. And that's Saturday, April 15th at the Muscuda Lou Civic Center. And visit newgenesiswrestling.com for more information on that. And here we go here. I think there was one show I forgot here, Z, but we'll kind of get back to that here. Had that added in, but apparently it didn't get it. Well, my apologies, but IWA Productions will be in the house March 25th. Mount Vernon Rumble. So we'll get back to that toward the end of the show. I promise. Promise. And I promise those others I will get back up. So my apologies. Here's what I wanted to bring up here, Z. The Heart of the Ozarks Wrestling League. It's going to be in the house at the OzCon Gaming Convention from April 28th to April 30th. We will be making an appearance.
What? You're making fun of me for being a nerd, and you're going to sign us up for a NerdCon? Let's go.
Hey, I tend that somehow wrestling fans, somehow a wrestling fan comes out of these conventions here, and I'm guiding on you for your guidance, my friend. You need to help me out here.
We'll be fine. You're nerdy. You're just as nerdy as I am, just in different, weirder things.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still waiting for the '66 version of the Batmobile to pop out somewhere. You know, that's just me.
Great rendition, by the way. Great rendition.
Yes.
See,
yeah.
Look, you're nerdy. Yeah, it'll be fun, man. I can't wait.
Oh man, it's it's gonna be a good time with all of that. So, well, here's what I wanted to kind of talk about here, and I'm going to actually get this in here because I have, of course, my keyboard. I was failing me, so let's go and do this here. And I cannot spell either. I love it. There we go. There you go. Perfect. No, it's not perfect. And I should be playing the Jeopardy theme while I'm doing this here. So sorry, guys. Hopefully everybody's weekend's going well. Hopefully going a lot better than my opening of the show tonight. So here we go. Finally, let's talk about this real quick. Hot topic: Lesnar retiring from WWE. We see a lot of things in the works here, my friend. And I'm going to say right offhand, I mean, if this is it for him, I wish he had a better way of going out, because a lot is pointing to Lesnar facing Omos at WrestleMania 39. If that's his last match in WWE, I kind of wish he had something better. I think he could have something better. I kind of want your take on what you've been reading and what you've seen recently.
I have not really focused on it too much. Like, I read the initial topic where they talked about this being his last one. He's been telling people behind the stage, like, hey, I'm done after this. Like, I'm over it, like, kind of thing. And if Brock's ready for it, I'm okay with it. And what better way to help another guy go up, Omos? I mean, I'm not as much as critic I've been of Omos, and I've been very critical of this man. Like, I still have hope that he will be that giant that WWE needs again. Like, they need that marquee dude that's bigger than life. But is there going to be another Andre? No. Is there going to be anyone that's as versatile as Big Show? No. Like, as ruthless as Vader? No. Like, the big man, I don't know. It's kind of it's a dying art, and it's really sad because some of these younger guys aren't getting that big man role, and that kind of hurts.
Yeah, I know. I think, but when you think about it, I mean, I mean, Brock Lesnar is really a rare one of a kind as far as like, I mean, holy cow! I mean, just the man was just a monster, just coming out of high school and going to college, just winning a wrestling title after wrestling title, and then just tearing through the WWE. Winning the championship at 25 years old, and then just just tore the roof off from there and just made his way through. I mean, UFC. I mean, people forget about all the things he's been through. When even after he won the UFC title, he lost. Um, and then he had to deal with a parasite infection within the intestines. I mean, he went, and that was something really major. People
Yeah,
don't think
dude's a
about that,
tough SOB, dude.
dude. I mean, it's something that probably would have put somebody in high intensive care, maybe could have possibly killed him. But that parasitic infection back then when he had it, I mean, he had to fight through a lot, and he was actually out for many, many months out of the UFC. That's why he didn't fight as much, is because he had that. But then, of course, when he was done with that chapter, came back to WWE and um, basically did his appearances off and on. So definitely Lesnar is better than Goldberg. I'll tell you that.
100%.
God, I don't think I can emphasize that enough.
Yeah.
I can't. But it's
Brock's the pinnacle of the big dude, the morph between the big dude and the agile wrestler. Like, the dude's a specimen on his own. Like, Goldberg rules. Gilbert was a better character. I'm telling you.
Wow. Yep.
I gotta say, I was a Goldberg kid, so I was 100% a Goldberg kid.
I kept seeing these Goldberg 632. He's twice the man as Austin. Oh my gosh. I seen enough of it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
There's a camera. I just saw this on a thing. There's a video where these guys are talking about crowd signs, and somebody at a wrestling event had a crowd sign that says Bill Goldberg eats corn on the cob. Long way.
I remember seeing that. Yes,
Best
I remember
ever.
seeing that sign. I about died laughing when I saw it. Yeah, now I'm just dying now when I just remembering that.
I miss good crowd signs.
Oh, that is horrible. Oh, the image. Wow. So I'm going to take a quick drink here and get myself amped up here, because I think we have spent on this.
This is what I've been drinking here lately. I can't say it, but it's a raw kombucha tea.
Oh wow,
it's really good.
Okay.
Gingerberry.
I'm plain. I just drink water. I just need to get my whistle wet to get me through.
That's all that's in my cup too, but I gotta have a flavor changer.
Yeah. Right. If you spill it on you, flavor saver right here. You just go back and flip it back up and like a lollipop.
I've been curling my mustache again, so
I saw that. I did.
For the show.
Trying to get out the handlebars.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back.
Trying to be the unknown member of the Vaudevillains. Here we go.
Yes! Underrated tag team.
That was a great tag team in NXT, man.
Underrated tag team, for sure.
Dude, I love the Vaudevillains, man. Aiden English and Simon Gotch, dude.
Great
man, that
things.
Was awesome. I love
great things, yeah.
Oh, the black and gold era that will never be reduplicated of NXT, apparently. They're still trying it. Now we're getting Saved by the Bell 2020.
It's what it is, bro. NXT. We're getting out of whack here. We need to get Shylynn on here.
Yeah, I know.
But I told you, anyone out there, if you watch NXT, all it is a bad 90s sitcom. That's all it is. It's your teeny boppers 90s sitcom. Sean was a fan of teeny bopper sitcoms. It's like Saved by the Bell, Cheers, like it's all kinds of those shows all mixed into one. And it's a beautiful thing. I love it now for a whole new reason.
Cheers is like one of my top sitcoms ever of all time.
Cheers is one of the best.
Put that in the mix.
No, Cheers, man, Cheers is a great one. That's why.
Oh, I love Cheers.
That's one of my favorites, man. That and Seinfeld, hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Cheers is probably the top of my whole time. So, oh my goodness. So how about
I am a Chase U fan though, so just saying.
Just saying,
Yeah.
Chase you.
Chase U.
We're gonna change things up here a little bit. We're gonna drop this and we're gonna move a little over here.
I'm glad you finally used that backlight. Like that was very ominous.
Yeah,
It was a nice intro to the world of wrestling.
It was supposed to make things easy and smooth, which didn't happen. But okay.
They don't watch us for easy and smooth.
Yeah, I digress. I mean, I'm always screwing up something.
We're rough and fluffy.
Holy crap.
I can't even take a drink. I want to spit it if I do.
I don't know.
Is there a village that needs its idiot back?
I'm assuming that's playing. It says it's playing. I can't hear it. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now I can't.
I'm the village idiot.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's gonna.
You're the one that can't use your soundboard.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're gonna love this anyway. So yeah, just wait till I got what I got for you later.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
guys, you all been waiting patiently, and we're gonna go ahead and bring in our featured guest of the evening. Our featured guest of the evening has been tearing around the Midwest scene for about the past few years, and even going beyond that, even doing shows in 5 states so far in the short time she's been in. Our Artist Catcher Championships, currently holds 2 titles right now, and just making a blaze throughout here in the entire Midwest. Everybody, put your hands together for the one and the only, the shooter, Shylynn.
Don't do it, all right? It would be a bad move.
Hey, Shy, how you doing?
Hi, guys. Good.
All right.
Oh,
Good to hear.
I love it. I love
What's going on here in my headset?
You can't hear us now?
No, I can't hear anything that's attached to the board. So anyway,
you faded out beautifully. It was beautiful. You got this.
it's all right. Well,
get Mason the sound guy to come help you.
Oh my god, I might have a seat for him somewhere. I might have to move like a pile or a box somewhere here, but I mean. Oh my goodness! So apparently, Shylynn's been pretty busy here. She's had to make time here, so I thank you very much for doing that. And so how's your weekend been? I don't know if you had any shows or not, but I mean, hopefully your weekend's been a lot better than ours.
I actually just got home from a 4-day. I'm worn out. But
Oh my
it wasn't a
goodness.
bad weekend. Busy. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Weekends are always busy, depending on what you're doing, and it could be show wise or anything outside of wrestling itself. So I mean, me, it's always outside of wrestling, and I'm always busy with something. But yeah, but no, it's good to see you're here, and we appreciate you being here. And we're going to get down to the nitty gritty, and yeah, apparently Mason is the best sound guy around. Okay, thank you, Savage. Yeah, yeah. Just not a guy I would see that could depend on for a gorilla press slam. Just saying, the guy is small.
He's a Mike Pole that wins. That's what happens.
Right
Yeah.
on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get down to the nitty gritty here and get into our questions here for you here tonight. So we kind of want to first off, where are your questions? Okay, here they are. Man, these things are just not popping up where I want it to be. Okay, but here they are. But first off, let's if you could tell us about your how your love and interest started for professional wrestling, and how it carried out throughout your entire childhood.
So when I was about 5 years old, I remember like my dad was watching. I think my older sister was in there watching it with him, and I just sat down and fell in love with it. I started watching like Raw and SmackDown every Monday and Friday. I'd go straight to the boys section and look for wrestling shirts and wear them to school. So it's always just been something I want to do. Like in elementary, we were doing like they were like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "I want to be a WWE diva." My teacher had no. I was like, "That's what I'm doing." And like my dad together. So like anytime they'd come, like WWE would come to Missouri. We never always had like floor seats or anything, but we were there. We'd signs like you guys are talking about. Like we'd each have like 4 or 5 different signs. We'd hold. It was great, and I've just continued watching it, and then I found like in wrestling, and I've just always loved wrestling. And I was like, this is what living out a dream right now, and it's great.
Yeah. And like I said, when you go to an event, you don't have to get floor seats all the time. I mean, even though my first WWF show was, kind of back on the floor section a little bit, my dad wanted to treat me, and you want to go retro back. I mean, those Hogan and Boss Man in a cage, and then Macho Man and Bad News Brown, fighting. But that's showing my age. But that was me as a teen. Um, and then of course, I've got many stories, but no, I didn't mind because sometimes it's like the floor. When you sit on the floor, and if you're back some way, you can't really see exactly. You're like have to get up and kind of look and see.
Yeah.
You, you know, sometimes if people are just standing on chairs, then they tell you to get down, and then people like chucking like beers at you, and it's like then it just gets all nasty. So it's like kind of sit on that that circle off the floor. Just observe everything. To me, that's the best, at least to me anyway.
I mean, it was Father's Day weekend, St. Louis, TLC. I can't remember what the heck what year it was, but we went there with Chase for his first thing, and we're up in the side bowl area. So like that's one of my favorite spots, especially for like a Raw or SmackDown or something in like the St. Louis area. And you get me doing the Fandango on camera because of our signs.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing you do that. Now that was classic. Just see you just sitting there going, it's just not even paying attention. That's where people get you.
That's one of Chase's favorite moments already. So like I get you and I are the same. We all grew up that cliche way. They're one of our parents, grandparents, family members watching it, and we get addicted to it.
Oh man, but like I said, as long as you're there at the show, that's all. That's all that matters. And it's it's all about the memories and who takes you. And like I said, I've got memories of my, at least of my first actually big time show was actually the NWA. Back when Ronnie Garvin just took the title off of Ric Flair 2 weeks prior in Detroit, and then Ronnie Garvin's defending his title in St. Louis against Ric Flair. Man, those two had a chop fest. If you want to look back at wrestling in the '80s and everything else, you need to check around that era for NWA and WC, World Championship Wrestling there. And if you've got the big colorful bird network, so I don't know if I want to. Yeah. I guess I had to do that. But no, we've actually got a little bit of before we go on. I think where is it? Oh yeah, I think I got no, that's not it. Where everybody knows Nazcon. Dang it, leave it alone. God, I just don't like. I don't like. At least
Ruby's coming into his own that he's finally a nerd. Like he's made fun of us kind of people his whole life, and he's finally realizing he's just one big nerd himself.
Hey man, don't be classifying me with you people. Classify me with you people. You know, hey.
Oh,
No,
man,
look at this.
Little me.
Look at, yeah, look at the young. Just was this so? As far as I could tell, your teacher, you told your teacher you wanted to be a WWE diva. So,
Yeah. So this is a way to like my first WWE event. So I'm rocking like a WrestleMania shirt, but it's John Cena and somebody else, and we were just so excited to be. So I think I was like maybe 7 or 8 there.
yeah, it could be possible. Yeah, it could be possibly here. Yeah, and then another picture we got here is, or at least that's like the dudes with attitude pose there. You know?
It's totally the dudes with attitude.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
And oh yeah, so Casey says wrestling in the living room. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if my mom and dad, mom and dad were, they weren't around so much because they had to always work, and my furniture took a beating a lot of times when they were gone. Yeah. Oh my gosh, why is the seat broken?
We learned
And,
better after a while and would start wrestling on the trampoline instead.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So he breaks an arm.
Oh yeah. Like so I'll never get. Yeah, then I had to take it outside on 1 to 2 inch polyurethane foam mats that had to lay on the ground and bump and fall. That wasn't fun. I didn't have any more cushion. It would toughen me up though. But how far back was this? Now, was this the so this is in Kansas City, right? What the Sprint Arena or Sprint Center or
Sprint Center, yeah. This was like 2008 or 9. So
okay.
Yeah.
If that's for a house show, that's incredible because you can see people up in the upper tier too, that are.
Yeah. It was.
That's
I think that was maybe.
I mean, I see. Somebody had a sign, so I mean, so people still brought signs to house shows. I remember when people brought signs to house shows. Man. So.
Yeah, like I said, we
when they could bring signs.
To make up a point. And then we hold them up. And then put them on our walls afterwards.
There you go. Oh, well, that's great. I mean, grow throughout your childhood, and then at least had it in your mind. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't want to do anything else myself, but I knew I had to do something. That if I couldn't get to the big time, so I didn't plan so much for that. but oh well. Oh, here we go. So it was a Raw by chance. So apparently it was a Raw. So which is cool. I mean, you imagine you think a lot of people would show up for Raw. So,
yeah.
But what a great turnout, and look, it was a good show. I mean, they hardly ever disappointed when they came to the Midwest. So.
I don't know. I was there for the Raw for like when Donald Trump and whatever her name was having their feud thing, and WWE played their part of it, and that was the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah,
you remember that?
I think I did.
That stupid skit. Yeah, I had to sit through that. The thing, it was like that. You could hear the crowd talking because nobody like. Everybody was just focused on some of that stuff.
Yep. Once again, Another example why Hollywood needs to stay out of professional wrestling stories. Stop it. We get your bases.
Yeah.
Stop doing stupid shit.
It was so stupid. But I did get to see Carlito that time.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Well, I'll cheer for a guy who liked to spit. So anyway.
Man, dude, no, Carlito was the shit.
Probably.
No, he was. He was good stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Carlito was the bomb. Him and Chris Masters, actually.
Oh, so I'm going to defer over to.
That's yeah. I got distracted. We're talking about Carlito and Chris Masters, man. Like, I was hoping somebody was going to bounce off of it, but whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
So, when you finally decided that you're going to take your step or get your feet wet in wrestling, who was the likes of the people that were training you, or where did you get your first footing in the door?
I think it was actually like a SmackDown or a Raw. Me and my dad went. We were walking out the door, and there was some guys passing out flyers. I don't know if you can see my shirt. Maybe going the wrong way. There you go. And like for their next show, on one side the flyer, and then the other side was for their school. If you have a dream to be a professional wrestler, like come on out. So we wound up and it was for KCXW, which is where my current home. So I went out and I went to a few of the shows, and a guy named the Marksman talked like, "Hey, you should come try out," because he was a collegiate wrestler and I was wrestling in high school. He thought it was super cool. So February 2020. I went to the Extreme Wrestling Center and had my tryout, and I passed. Like the next year after that, I went to practice like 5 to 7 times. And by September 12th, I had my first match, 2020. And if you don't know much about the Extreme, Missouri, and David Catton, Alt, myself, and Jacob Luoma are all. So obviously I didn't start as a trainer, but I'm about 3 years in now. They thought I was doing great, thought I could be a trainer, and 4 months ago that I started training students that were coming in, but I've also done like 4 or 5 different seminars, which I say for every new wrestler, even older wrestlers. Seminars are great to get experience. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing, just training the Extreme Wrestling Center. It's great. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
My start was because of Frank Root in RCW here in Quincy, like first wrestling company to come back to Quincy, Illinois, and God knows how long. And I tried to make it like the biggest thing ever, and then talked to them, and that's how I got my foot in the door, and then met this beautiful man. So,
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So we've got a different story how we met, and I don't know exactly how I pulled your name out of a hat. But, not out of a hat, but out of, you're like, well, let's see which Joker's going to charge. All right. All right. Well, it wasn't quite like that. As far as like when I hear Raytown, Missouri, I'm just kind of waiting for Thumb Harper to come out of Quick Keys. That's how, you know, because that's a whole Mama's Family reference for those who are, that are old enough as me to understand that. But so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you probably maybe have heard of something of Mama's Family coming out of Raytown, and I don't know if you ever heard of that show, but
I
that's
have not.
at least your dad should know for crying out loud. But anyway,
He might.
yeah, he might. I don't know. Have to ask him. But no, I mean, but it's good that you at least you're getting that experience in. Down at
Mhm.
the I know those guys down there. I mean, there's a good number of guys I know down there in KC because when I was um right before you got in, I was booking and running shows out of Evansville. There's a good group that came out there with Juno, Pinky, if you know those guys. Of course, Will I know was one of them, um, and Brene. Of course, we all know is Amari, who who
Yes.
you know, gotta hope she gets well. I know she just had surgery. I hope she gets well soon. Um, but
Yeah.
no, I mean
She's amazing.
those guys. Yeah, I mean all of them out there. They were really good hard workers, and it's definitely great to have in my locker room. So and they came out of there. So uh, definitely doing something really good down the XWC. So that's for sure. On there.
Yeah, we got
Uh,
a lot of good students going through right now that I'm really excited about getting to see work, and a lot of great graduates that people are already seeing, like Burt Candy, Daniel Maxon. We got a lot of great people coming out of there.
yeah, I've been hearing the name Burke Candy going around, and being a new breed and other places. So yeah, all right, awesome. Um, so like I said, you were talking about the long week you had here. So in regards to your life outside the ring, what other career opportunities occupy your everyday life, and what goals do you have set for yourself in that aspect for outside the ring?
So currently, private first class in the Army National Guard. I do before the end of my career. Um, I store in my day-to-day life. I do like pricing and stuff. But my goal was wrestling. So everything I'm doing is just wrestling in the long run. So
No, but it's always good to have a. I mean, trust me. As long as I've been in it, if I would have been smart enough to kind of make sure I had something, because trust me, my mindset and my gear stuff was like, I know I'm going to be inside the ring, but I was kind of hoping a little bit something more than what I got into. So, but I didn't know where to go, and I was figuring. I mean, my concept back in the day on how the business was going was definitely not what I thought it would be. It's not a bad thing, but I should have known it better, and maybe I should have had something better to fall back on. Not that I'm okay now, but back then I was kind
yeah,
of struggling. So, um,
life happens.
yeah, trust me, yeah, a lot of life happens when things are not going your way. So, you know, it's uh, but eventually when it does happen, or if you don't, I mean, like I said, I could have easily had a chance to maybe take a shot of heading up to Pennsylvania, but I didn't realize how bad ECW was going to be off for 2 years later. So that probably came crashing down, and then probably I would have been not even not even winking anybody's eye to go get booked anywhere else. So I mean, things like I said, like life happens, like you know,
Yeah.
such as like getting my girlfriend pregnant. But anyway. But it's okay. Um, but I mean, it's great. I still never get it. In fact, I mean, my daughter's gonna be 24 this month. So I mean,
Nice.
again, I'm not showing my age.
The old fart.
Hey, AJ, nothing but a number. Nothing but a number. You just got to keep living it.
Well, let's talk about the fact that, with both of us having daughters and you being one of the strong women of today's wrestling world. And you've already said the in some wrestlers' eyes, the dirty word, the diva word, you know. Growing up in that time of the divas and then now the women's revolution and all that stuff and the standpoints and how women are perceived in wrestling today, because Ruby and I've talked about this many times, and I'm very, very big-hearted. I've always been a fan of the female division and the tag team division. That's kind of where my heart lied in wrestling. And watching Jazz kick dudes' butts in ECW and then come over and tear it up with Trish Stratus and them. And at the height of the diva, you know, the real start of the diva world was awesome. And then seeing some of the girls coming through, Victoria, etc. Who was your favorite, like, standout female? Like, who was your chick that you went to, you wanted to be like, and the whole reason you got into this crazy world? Or was it a dude?
So growing up, I was like right at the back end of, like, you know, all the like pillow fight matches, and I hated watching
the bad diva stuff.
So when it like switched to like them actually, you know, having like gear, even though it was like 2 to 5 minute matches, if they were like, I enjoyed that more, but like I always wanted to wrestle. Like Macho Man was the first person that I really got interested in wrestling. Wrestling when I started watching. But like my dad would show me his matches and stuff, and I loved him. And like John Cena and Randy Orton, and like I was like, I want to wrestle like these guys. Like that's what I want to do. But like I loved going back and watching like China and Jazz beat up the guys and being like a strong female, just dominating and being a part of that's amazing. Like that's what I want to do.
The Attitude Era females were a different breed. They sure were, because you had Ivory, you know, who's the right to censor, but first she was but she was a big standout female throwing kind of dudes and stuff. Molly Holly was amazing. One of the does not get the credit, but there was something about the Diva era. You know, we had Beth Phoenix, Natalia, Candice LeRae, not Candice LeRae. Sorry, that's today. Candice Michelle, and then Lay Cool. Like those women, really. Mickey James was another standout in that world, that premise and stuff. So like, I've always just gravitated to the females. You know, females. You know, but the outstanding wrestling too. Like there are so many women in all those eras. And even today's era, which era do you find is the strongest for you?
I mean, the Attitude Era, like that had like great, like strong, current, like today wrestling. Like I love Bianca Belair. Just being able to see like women that have like big defined muscles, because like and like bulkier, so like. It's better, like, if I'm seeing, like, women that look more like me in that regards versus just, like, girls. I'm like, because that always scared me. I was like, I'm never going to make it because all these girls are small and petite. Because of big muscles. And I'm like, hey, I look like that. Awesome. So I kind of loved, like, all the different eras. There was always some strong, great. They're getting to do what I want to do. So I don't know if necessarily, but yeah.
That's fair.
Very well. And I've been noticing, you had some videos playing in the background. Is that your own YouTube channel back there? I see.
Yeah, that's mine. I was just.
That's marketing. No, that's marketing. That is straight marketing.
Yeah. You look me up on YouTube, Shooter Shylynn.
Here's my resume. That's what that's saying.
See the greatness that is me. So, confidence, definitely confidence. You got to have you definitely have to have self confidence to get into this business because if you don't, everything else will crush. Everything else around you will crush you. Trust me, you have to be in there. You've got to know it. Because trust me, confidence is really big to know what you want to do and what you can do inside the ring, and especially that goes for
Mhm.
whoever you're facing, whoever you're working. That's definitely they have to have confidence in you. You have to have confidence in them, and then let it pan out from there. So it definitely you have to have confidence in this business. Uh, but no, that's awesome. Yep, there you go again. So, uh, all right. So, and like I said, retouching again, coming out of the XWC out of Kansas City, and actually, you've been to
Mhm.
Kansas. You've been, well, I mean, just not too far away. Of course, you've been on the other, further up in Missouri. You've been into Illinois, Oklahoma, and Texas. So, I mean, you've made your way around. So, um, in your continued quest to better yourself as a wrestler, away from your home base, has there been any other wrestlers that's offered guidance and advice? And if so, who's giving you the best advice so far, besides who you've uh, been around the XWC?
So being a female, a lot of them take me under their wing and give me advice pretty much anywhere I go. So that's always recently. Sid Holland has been a big one that's been helping me. Shout out to him. Kyle King. He I don't know if you guys
Yep,
amazing at
he
what he
was on my
does.
shows in Evansville. Yep, so I know Kyle very well.
Yeah, he's a great one. There's a lot. Stormy Renee, but she's always been somebody that I look up to. Um, I guess speaking of like XWE, Billy Simmons, he runs XW, super helpful and supportive. There's been a lot of people. It's hard to name. There's a lot of great people in this business, and you meet them all. Like you meet all. It's always new faces, new advice, new tips.
That's awesome. Yeah, in fact, I think I've never seen Billy. He was actually going out to Mount Airy, North Carolina this past weekend for AIWF. If I remember that right, who we just had Matt Classic on last weekend, talking about that show. So
Yeah.
I happened to see that. I'm like, oh, he's actually going out there. So, like I said, you know, Matt's getting a lot of people from around here to get in. So that's so that's pretty awesome. Uh, to see some familiar faces getting out there to North Carolina for this big weekend, and like I said,
Yeah.
they just concluded their big weekend there. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh my, uh, I had to reboot some quick things, and I just have to do some things. This is about uh, you know pretty much tonight's theme anyway.
You done messed up, Aaron!
I still can't hear anything. I still can't hear anything.
That was really loud that time, by the way.
It was really loud. Oh, okay.
He was testing all this in the green room beforehand,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like loud, and then like that one was like really loud.
I just my parents are watching in the living room, and I just heard it again.
Good job, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, sorry. And I just realized that one of the reasons why I could hear is because
You didn't have plugged in?
my headphones were unplugged. So thanks again. And they weren't before.
And here's your sign.
Oh my god. No one
You
cares.
might be a redneck.
All right. So we are going to take a quick break here to do our favorite segment of the night here that we're going to invite Shylynn to view in here with us here this week. Yes, that's right, everybody. it is time for this week's Wrestling Gold Memes, everybody. And you haven't seen it before, you're going to have some good ones here tonight. And I'm excited. As soon as I can get something to add. Oh, no. Here we go. All right, I'm ready. Perfect. All right, everybody. So tonight, we start off. So tonight's Wrestling Gold Memes are brought to you by the newest game that's going to be released this summer across Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, this coming summer. And it's a revamp of a classic. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. It's Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Carrion Cartel.
Yes. Dude, I hope they continue with this. Like, I actually like this Karrion Kross. I like this guy. It's like an homage to the bad guy, and I respect it, and I'm all for it. Let's do it.
That's right.
I want you to go deeper though, because I love it. This shirt's dope.
Dude, I'm kind of wondering what kind of storylines would go with this. I mean,
This shirt is sick though.
Hey, can you take Karrion Kross back to the 80s? I so can see it, dude.
That's also my favorite Grand Theft Auto. Like nerd moment, best Grand Theft Auto ever made, right there.
Dude, yeah, I like re-downloaded it and I haven't started playing it yet. Surprise!
I've already beat it.
You already completed it.
I got the remastered.
So Shylynn, does this bring up any memories for you in school?
Oh, man. Yes, exactly.
Parents waking you up before your alarm goes off.
Turn on the lights 3 minutes before your alarm goes off.
Yeah, that's right. I had 3 minutes. We all made a big deal of it. Trust me, I did too. So, how about let's see, make sure if I got this next one here. Oh yeah. This was put out a while ago, but Kenta saying, "I heard that my biggest fan in the world came to the arena last night. I hope he enjoyed a real go to sleep."
Dude, I was dying about this when I saw this because this is like he posted that like maybe 4 or 5 hours after that strong that pay-per-view went on. Because there's rumors Punk and them were there. It was like I was dying. I want to see a match between those two actually.
Yeah, let's see who can hit their finisher best.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I can see it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Okay. Dope, though.
and me growing up in school, we at least we've had a chance to say the Pledge of Allegiance in school. You probably won't see that much these days. But in Canada, they say, or no, they don't actually say, they actually sing the Edge of Allegiance.
Oh, man.
That's a flag that I can stand for. Oh my god. I'm joking, by the way. Completely joking. You should know it's Hail Megatron anyway.
Oh my gosh. There you go.
Hail Megatron.
There you go. The Edge of Allegiance.
I love that one. I love it. And then are you done?
Am I done? I'm done.
Yeah. Okay, stay
Oh
like
no,
this.
I got 2 more.
Oh, well, never mind. Keep going. Remember, I got one. But look at this too. Mom said that she would wake her up with a spray bottle.
Oh.
I know this feeling. My parents had a super soaker. That you would just shot with a dog. No, I know this feeling. And they put ice cubes in it and let it cool and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It
awful.
was brutal.
Mean.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is horrific. Well, Let's see. Like I said, we got two more here. What's this next one? Oh yes. They've changed the release now with the AEW game, so now it's wait forever, and everybody's aged in the game.
Oh,
Nice.
Keith Lee would fit in just perfect.
Right. Look at Orange Cassidy in the back next to Sting. He's got. Is that Orange?
That is Orange.
That is funny.
He actually looks. He looks sweet with the beard.
They
Look
even
at the
changed
F
Chris
almost-
Jericho.
Oh, Chris Jericho never changes.
She's like, did they even change Chris Jericho?
No.
Sting looks just the same too. Actually, if you actually look at it.
Well, hang on. You're right. Sting still looks the same. The man's what, 63? I mean, heck, wait a little bit more. I mean, he's still going to use the same black dye that he's been using his hair with. But
Oh yeah,
I thought they would have.
the hair that's
back a
thinning.
little bit.
Sting, just shave it, bro. just shave it. It's okay. We'll still love you. You're the Stinger.
Oh my gosh! And what about us on our final one here about one of our favorite snacks growing up as a kid, and couldn't wait to eat. But hey, well, you don't let the people cool down.
That's a classic.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. That is some good stuff, right? there.
No, you gotta wait and you can't because you can't acknowledge me.
Oh my gosh.
I just found this. This just got posted to We Talk Wrestling. It's beautiful. I don't know who posted it. It came from another site because we believe in sharing content. But that's funny, guys. That's funny. I don't remember who did it. Let me look here for a minute.
Oh, but
You can't
Yeah, but
acknowledge me.
that's going to do it for this week's Gold Memes here. Hopefully, y'all have got a good chuckle out of this. So,
It looks like it came from the Wrestler Outsider. There you go.
yeah,
I'll
the
give them a
rest
shout
are
out.
outsider.
Yeah, I'll give
Oh,
them a
yeah.
shout out too. You know, I'll pay homage to where it came from.
Oh man.
So that brings back to me.
Yes.
Okay. So after we had a good, car ride, looking at memes, talking about all of our fun stuff and whatnot, what does a typical day for you look like when you get to an event or even up to the event? So even in the car ride stuff, like what kind of preparation do you go through before you do a match? Break it down.
So usually, I got a carload of the boys going to, and
They're usually in a
Buy
pickup
a
truck, by the way.
yes,
Like 6 of them.
yeah, it fits 6 people, so we're all just cramped in together. Usually our DJ most of the car rides, and he's usually playing music on the way to the show, so we're all just like talking and laughing and goofing. And then when we get to a show, if we help set up, of course, needs to be done, and then we'll usually like do our warm up rolls. So we do a set of rolls. So we take that from our practice and do it before shows. Kind of mess around and beat each other up until we need to get ready. But I guess I'll like have an earbud in, be listening to music, and just kind of try some squats and push-ups and get the body and my mind ready. Before I go out, so like I might get a little bit of butterflies, but as soon as I step through that curtain, I'm ready to go. I don't really get. I used to when I first started. Like I was sitting like at the curtain, like it's the time to ready to get out there and beat somebody up.
Right? I mean, I can't. So many times, Ian, and I don't know if I'm just letting too much up, but when I know I'm getting ready to go on, it's like I get the urge to like when I need to hit the little boys' room real quick because the rush just goes right through me. For some reason, it just like goes right to my bladder.
The rush
like,
goes right through me. It waves right in, man.
And I got like 3 layers of spandex on it. I'm like, dude, I can't do this right now. I was like, come on, let's just hurry up and get this done. But no, but
that's not uncommon. Every time I wrestle, like either me or the person I'm wrestling would be like, dang, like, I gotta pee now. And every time somebody's about to go out. So you're not alone.
oh my gosh. It's been like that for at least half my career. It's like, this is getting really old. First, I thought I had to go to the doctor for something about that, but it's like, no, it's just
your nerves.
Yeah,
I get tired.
Nerves.
I like right before a show gets to start. I know at least like the last IEW show, because I got my big show there now, right? I was nervous, and when I get nervous, I get really tired. It's where I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I just want to go to sleep. Like, leave me alone. But it was still fun.
Yeah, well, you didn't look tired coming out of the curtain a couple weeks ago.
Well, no, yeah, I get myself back into it, but like,
yeah,
I get nervous a lot. I'm actually a shy guy. Actually, but most people know the big boom, the bottom of me.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you didn't get so tired, maybe kind of hit on something that maybe might mellow you a little bit, but just that make you more tired if you just.
I mean, I'm perma that, dude. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They all know why I get off camera for a minute.
Hey, who's coming words for these? Why am I smiling so much?
I'm your happy hippie. Leave me alone. I want to give you the love, but not to you.
Right. So far, I mean, really, you're putting the work in for as long as you've been in it so far. But can you narrow down the particular match or moment that stands out to you as your best moment so far in your career, at least up to this point?
I get that question a lot. Like, who's my favorite opponent? Or who's my favorite match? It's like side, honestly. But I think so. I wind up wrestling like a lot. And I think it was probably like August or September at New Breed. We had probably one of my favorite matches. Beat the crap out of me, but like at the end of it, we were able to stand in the ring together, and it was just one of those moments where like the crowd was just so into it. I was like, wow, I'm actually doing this. I'm getting cheered. People that was probably one of my favorite matches. So, but I've had a lot of great opponents. Like, he's probably one of my favorite opponents. I just wrestled Rachel Ray won my IWA belt. Where's it at? It's on this side. Right there. With all my action. She was an amazing opponent.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Nice. Awesome. I was gonna say, you got so much gold there, you can't display it all. So I mean, we got to have you in the shot anyway. So I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, no, but that belt is going to be you're going to be defending that on March 18th in Eldon for New Breed.
Yep.
I would imagine. So, which also leads me to this is what I wanted to share earlier, and I totally and I thought I had it in there. So my apologies to those who know. But this is March 25th for IWA Productions for the Mount
Yes.
Vernon Rumble. So only one can win, but apparently you're not pictured in here. So I wonder if you should. Hey, you can come in as a surprise entrance and just toss everybody out, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Actually be
And then it'd be the double champ.
All right, no, I will be in Kansas for Trailblazer show.
Oh,
March 20th.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the champ gets the night off and let
Yeah.
the guys fight amongst themselves. Okay.
Respect.
There you go.
I'll beat each other up.
Yeah.
But
I mean that looks like a good that looks like a good time here. Hey, have you actually? Here's what I want to know here because like you got to ask others because you come in from out of town. Have you actually eaten at the restaurant?
so John, the owner, he actually feeds everybody after the show. So his picks up some extra food and they feed us all. So we eat at the restaurant every time we're out there.
Oh, okay. So you actually go in and sit down and
Yeah, so the building's on one side and then the restaurant's on the other side. So after we wrestle,
Yep.
we just walk over and get.
Oh, that's
I mean-
sick.
the ringside buffet. I mean, that's it's like oh, it's a wrestling themed restaurant and right next to the IWA Productions building because I've been out there a few times myself. So for both, by the way, and more for wrestling than I did for eating. So there's
You went there for the
else
food.
wants
You
to
know
throw-
it.
before everybody wants to throw shame at me for that. So
You get food and wrestling. Like I'm gonna go for the food, and I just get wrestling as an appetizer. Like that's awesome. That's how it should be. We need more sports bars that are wrestling bars.
that's right.
Just
me, if I had
saying.
money, I'd be doing it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, trust me, man.
Randy,
Getting
open a
ideas.
hookah bar.
Oh yeah, a hookah bar. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So Marcellus Knight is going to win the Rumble. Okay. Well, I think Sid might have something a little bit. I mean, Sid's listening here too. So, hey, who knows?
I mean, the champion, he's got to be there too. Sometimes he doesn't get every week off either.
Hey, if you really want to get rich and throw down Vegas odds, why don't you throw down $5 on Virgil Holmes? You probably make about $4,000 if you playing Vegas odds on that.
Yeah, I would do that.
Hey, $5 is $5, right?
I have faith in Virgil. That's what it is.
Oh no. There you go. There you go. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I know John well, so I know John very well. So I mean it's actually a good time down there. So it's so Rumble's gonna be good, man. But no, but it's good to see there's getting back out to Trailblazers again. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that'll be my first time there.
Oh yeah, where did you go over Kansas before? Been to XWE, PIW, and then that Lucha show. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
I had to go off my cheat sheet. Sorry, I thought I'd throw it there.
It's all good.
All right.
Back to wrestling and whatnot. And we already talked a little bit about like our favorite female wrestlers and whatnot, and with how wrestling's being portrayed now within the women's division and bringing more of a light to it and giving the showcase of these great females. How do you see yourself fitting in, or where pitch yourself to the next level? Like where can you fit in to help the next group of females move and migrate up, or how are you looking to navigate that?
Honestly, like in the Midwest area, I'm trying to do my best to recruit some more females. Just because, I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed that very many of us. So just recruiting females is the goal. But I travel everywhere and just show everyone what female talent other females and against men, because I wrestle a lot of men. Like, we're here to stay. Female wrestling is gonna be the next big thing. And I think with the women on WWE, the women in Japan do a great job of showing that, especially
I agree.
over the last 5 years. But I mean, I would love at some point to have a match against Rhea Ripley. You know, put that out there.
So would I.
Love her. I really
That
just
is my
wanna show
favorite.
everyone. She's great. I love her so much.
Okay. So with that, you and I have a common love in Rhea, and one of my favorite reasons why I enjoy her so much. I did love her young blonde hair look and all that stuff, but I like the new goth look. What's that guy with that dirty word guy, Vince Russo? He said that she needs to strip away all that. What do you say about that? Like, the goth thing's what makes her like that kick-ass chick, man.
Yeah. So I mean, like you said, even when she had like the long blonde hair, makeup, like, that was all right. But like, this goth get attitude has like really pushed her up to the next level. I don't think at all.
Most people don't. I don't know if most people know that she's huge metalhead. She's a huge metalhead. That's all. She's a huge.
Wow.
My bad. But she's a metalhead. She's a big time deathcore like music fan, like huge into all that kind of stuff. And so like the tattoo world, she wanted to be the most tattooed female. Did you know that?
Yeah, her leg tattoos are the reason that I want leg sleeves, and I now have 4 tattoos.
I mean, I'm not. I don't like tattoos. Tattoos are bad. Tattoos. But I absolutely love that woman. She's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
She's not currently, but if her and Charlotte's match at WrestleMania go the way I hope it does, because I hope Rhea does come out with the W this time.
Mm-hmm.
If those two could burn it down like they did last time and show that both of them have improved, like we could be seeing like a new step for the women at WrestleMania, in my opinion, because those two have it in them to just burn a house down. That we're gonna go like that's Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon, like that's theirs, like that kind of thing. So, I big hopes for those two, big hopes.
Oh yeah, I think they can definitely 100%. And I really do hope Rhea wins as well. She's great. She deserves it.
Yeah. And I'm in agreement with that too. I mean, I think it almost seems that if that happens, and then Dominic and Ray happens, eventually down the line, we may see. Did we also see Edge and Finn confirmed?
Yeah, Edge and Finn have been confirmed.
Wow. So you're like breaking away the Judgment Day on like separate matches. So it's like, dude, I mean.
But is it one of those things where the Judgment Day is almost ready to now go, not like a really formal breakup on it, you know what I'm saying? Like it could just be a dispersure of them, and we could see them come back together eventually with some other form. But I don't know. I mean, I'm cool with this idea. I wish Damian Priest was getting something.
Huh, right.
Yeah.
I think they need a 6-man match for the IC title, personally. Like a 6-man ladder match, or even a scramble, an old scramble. I miss the old scrambles. the scramble was a dope style of match. I'm sorry, like that's how the Brian Kendrick was world heavyweight champion in a scramble match.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
I count it. I count it.
Yeah. Well, so we're let's I'm going to get to a couple of comments here real quick here. So, Kansas Wrestling Alliance in Hutchinson, you wrestled for already, or
Yeah, so that was actually a match. It was KWA and XWE had this huge show and they were, so that was my first match outside of the KCXW.
oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
And then you're being asked here, where do you want to wrestle the most?
Ooh, good question.
Honestly, I want to go to Japan. I would be okay with any could want to get out to Japan and wrestle out there. I think it'd be amazing.
Hey, I mean, you're young, you're getting around.
Mhm.
I mean, there's plenty of time to, you know, to get the feelers out there on who you're going to need to contact, who you're going to need to showcase your stuff in front of, the, um, where it's going to matter, and then see where it goes from there. So, um,
Mhm.
yeah, so I mean, you definitely have something here, and you definitely have, skies, pretty much the sky is there. You just got to reach up and grab it. Um,
Mhm.
and what about this here? For Josh was saying
I
that
was just gonna post that, man. That match right there, Tootie and her would be dope.
Leland Ramsey, Marty Bell, Billy Starks, they see you wrestling these likes of women's wrestlers.
Oh,
Hashtag on the rise. So
that'd be
Oh
sick.
yeah,
I'm all for that.
yeah,
I'm ready
yeah,
I want to.
for it. I've seen a lot of Billy Stark stuff. She's amazing. I'm down to wrestle anybody. I'm here for it.
yeah. I can see these matches being pretty good. I mean, Tootie Lynn is uh definitely very well. I don't know. I mean, I wish she should have got more time in NWA, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
but well, I mean, but who knows? I mean, maybe I'm doing some other things here.
The
I mean, maybe
stars
she's
didn't
off
align.
doing. I mean, I don't even know when the next time she's going to be a Glory Pro. You know?
She was at the last show that I went to, but there's been another show between there now.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah. I mean,
she's a staple there, but she's grown on me, just like what's her name in AEW? I don't know, the skinny Japanese chick.
Kairi Sane.
Yeah, whatever. They're just too small, and sometimes I count them out, kind of thing. But both of them put on hell of good shows. Like I can't hate on them. They're just not my style of like. I like the more with female wrestling. I've always been more of a fan of the shooter catch can style with that, and then like the powerhouse because my favorite finishing move is the implant buster. Like that is to me that is the most OG move of all time, and like Jade Cargill does it. Awesome Kong did it. Like China had a rendition of it. So I've always been a huge fan of the implant buster, and I always like those shooter chicks that could just whip face. Zoe Starks, that's one of my current favorites in NXT is Zoe Starks. I'm a huge Asuka fan. She's more of a catch can style wrestler on the ground, not really, So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and people are asking where they can find you on social media. Here's what I did right here. It's you look for Shylynn on Facebook. In fact, I even got a QR code you can go back and look at. Scan your phone and puts it right up to your athlete page there. So follow you there. As far as all your booking and so you got a decent following, you got some followers there, you got some likes there. Get
I
some
follow
more
her.
likes. Get some more likes. I'm all about getting likes. Which, by the way, yay!
I was so pumped to see her and the boys show up at the last IAW show. Like, hey, I like those homies. Good people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time out there.
I met you the first time in Quincy when we had the first Quincy show for
Yeah.
Illinois Elite Wrestling. We had not the best turnout, but it was fun. It was good, and I hope it comes back here. But no, I met 3 great friends then. 4 actually, because Bert was there. Bert Candy.
He's great.
There you
I
go.
love Bert Candy.
Yeah, he's gonna make a great manager one day. He just doesn't know yet. He needs to be like the flamboyant, like Captain Albano. Yeah, come on,
Lou?
Captain Lou Albano. Like if Bert could capture him and then add like a flair, like a hey.
You'd be
It would be
surprised how well he is in the
such
video.
a great character, and he would smash it. I would be like, that's funny. Like, let's keep going with it. I love it.
Oh, he has a lot of great character, but he can move. He's great at wrestling. I wish he would see him more.
He's good. He's fun. I like all you guys. So. I pushed for you to be on the podcast. I'm just gonna say. I didn't have to push hard, but I pushed for it. All right, Ruby.
But it's good. I mean, it's all good, man. So this here is almost a good segue into what I was going to mention here, because I imagine you're going around, maybe traveling with either your parents, others, maybe in a group car. I mean, you've had a few years now. You're young. I know there's a lot of things fun I like to do when I had like road bookings and everything else. But do you have like any memorable road story that was either funny or stuck with you, or even like a fan experience, where somebody was pretty or was pretty happy to see you, and that kind of stuck with you as well?
Gosh, our road trips are always interesting. You get a bunch of boys in the car, and
I picture carpool karaoke. I picture carpool karaoke for like 5 hours. So
part of it, just like some high pitched, off key scream singing. Yeah, that's most of our car. And so actually, I think my most memorable car ride though to Tennessee, and we were in the car for like, cause we had to drive. We went out there for an NWA tryout. So we had wrestled in the night before, and then so that was already a 6-hour drive from our house and to Tennessee, and we slept in the car, and then did the NWA tryout at home. So it was just a lot of time in the car, but like we were all going crazy or falling asleep. But it was a lot of fun, actually. That's probably the most memorable car ride. But there is actually this really sweet fan at IWA. Every time I has like one of the cameras that you go when you get like take your pictures.
It's called the disposable camera, hon.
Disposable camera. There you go. I'm bad with words.
We understand you didn't use that many. Oh God.
But
I got a
you
phone.
get a picture
Click.
every time. It's a new picture, and it's great. He's my favorite experience with the fan. It's because he always comes up. It's like new picture time.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, you still have some time to pull something funny, like maybe prank on one of the other guys, or Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I look for it because I'm always kind of like, back in my younger days, I was always either pranking or we do something stupid like open up like condiment packets in the restaurant we were ending in. Just like those jelly packs or like apple butter. Chuck them at one of the other guys across the restaurant with the lid open and just try to hit them. I mean, we
Oh,
were
man.
jerks like that, trying to get like grape jelly on like somebody's white shirt. I mean, we were
See, this is how I know you made fun of nerds. You never could come okay with the fact that you are one of us.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, that's something like that is funny, or somebody walks away, you put salt in their soda, or it's
Oh, that stuff pisses me off. That is a good way for me to walk out and be like, "You're taking my bill. Screw you. I'm going home."
okay.
I swear to God, I would probably just walk home. Like, whatever. Deuce.
I'm not laying names because I didn't do it either, but I've also seen somebody where we were eating at a Chinese restaurant. They walked away, they had a Coke. You want to take a guess what they put in there that kind of matched the flavor of the cola?
Soy sauce?
Yes, sir. Soy sauce. You want to talk about something? Now, that was bitter, my friend. Oh.
I would have bitch slapped the shit.
They got for free refills, right? Yeah,
Oh, I am a happy-go-lucky guy. You mess with my drink, it is on.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so well, we just want to make sure that yeah, I mean, like I said, we thank you very much for taking the time out here with us tonight. Like I said, Shylynn on Facebook. You've got your own YouTube channel here. Is anywhere else that people can hit you up on social media? I think you also got like an Instagram as well, right?
Yeah, I have Instagram, like you said, Facebook, and you do Twitter. So sorry, but yeah, a lot of pictures on Instagram. I try to stay consistent with YouTube and up on Facebook. So they're all good places to stay up to date with me.
Nice, absolutely. That's good. So I mean, you've got so you're going to have a busy weekend. Well, let's see. I don't know. So, you actually had an off weekend this coming weekend?
I'm actually going to Snake Saturday Parade, which is like the Snake Saturday or St. Patrick's Day. So.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's Snake Saturday?
Yeah. Sorry.
Bagel Snake Saturday. That's one place my wife will not be attending.
I'm like, dude, this sounds awesome as hell. Like, we get drunk and like hold snakes out. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm totally in.
Oh man.
Not one of those bayou priesters, right? You know the guys that hold the rattlesnakes and preach. There's a religion.
No.
I get you not.
That is crazy.
It's legit, man. Saw it on Discovery Channel.
That is crazy. Wow. All right. Well,
this is so true right here, by the way. He does not. He'll sing in the back the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, he just sings.
Oh.
But
I guess to himself. I guess I don't know.
To all of us, he just doesn't care.
He sings to all of us.
Everyone.
Thanks. All right. Well, I want to thank you very much for hopping on here. And sorry I had to work through a couple glitches, and at least with me anyway. Hopefully you're able to hear us okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome. So March 18th, Eldon, Missouri, New Breed Wrestling defending that title.
Mhm.
March 25th, you're going back over to Kansas. And then hmm, I guess I know you've been working on the Missouri side. Do you got any well besides New Breed, you got any other big shows or plans upcoming?
Um,
Outside of that?
yeah, so April DFW is having a big live show over at Soccer Nation in Kansas City, Kansas. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be sharing all about that on my Facebook and stuff. So that's a big one coming up besides the other two that you mentioned for March. I'm trying to think. I don't have my dates in front of me. I've got a bad memory. Yeah, honestly, if you just keep up with my Facebook and Instagram, I share the dates. You'll be able to see everything I'm doing through there.
Okay, perfect.
But
Perfect. Awesome stuff. Yeah. And never seen a commercial for AEW. I wonder if Brian Danielson got his wish tonight.
I didn't watch or read anything about the review.
Yeah, there's an article that was real quick. There was an article that was posted that Brian Danielson wanted to wrestle first because he wanted to get to bed early, have a good night's rest. So he's wrestling for the world title. He wants that match to go on first. Yeah,
if that would have happened, like when he was doing the planet, the Save the Planet gimmick, right? Which,
right.
may I add, personally is my favorite Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite part. If he would have done that for that at like WrestleMania, would have been gold. Gold. Like him coming out complaining and then making the match first for the board. Oh my god, that would have been beautiful.
It's okay. You know, you could just put Brock in the main event. You know, it's okay.
I don't care. That's like, it's just it makes a great heel gimmick, like, because it's the cliche. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the opposite thing. Like, it was great. It's awesome. I'm showing that I'm a sidearm booker, man. Like, let me lock in.
Oh yeah, and by the way, F Vince Russo, the biggest, largest sign.
That's what I said. The dirty word. Like,
yeah,
dude's a twat.
Vince Russo. Oh, Rhea needs to go back to where she was, brother. People change, okay? No one cares. You're in your basement writing articles, hoping to make money. Shut up. So
he's like, he calls all of us marks, and he's one of the biggest. Like, come on, brother. Like, I don't know him.
Brothers smoking a different kind of stogie than all of us are. So anyway, but
who messed up you?
So, Shylynn, once again, thanks a lot for joining us, and best of luck to you. We hope to see you down the road. I know maybe down in IEW's next show, possibly, whenever that happens. You know, yeah. So hopefully, get to see you around.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it a lot.
All right,
it's a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure's all ours. Thanks a lot for joining us, and you enjoy the rest of your night.
You guys too. Thank you.
Look at this good support here.
Yeah, she will be. Yeah, I think so too. So, looking for bigger and better things. So, we'll see you down the road.
All right, see ya.
All right, see you. All right, man. Hey, there we go. So that was Shylynn joining us this evening.
That was fun. Oh, I was gonna go back to it too. Great minds.
There you go.
Great minds.
Time to chill. Time to chill. Huh? Time to chill. All right.
We've sat in the background. How many shows have been like, we should post this, we should use this, we should use this, and then you beautifully used it today. All the bad things that happened. Let's talk about one great. You added this at the beginning. Then we searched over to the background for wrestling, and we had the conversation. And then you come back to this for us, our little like exit thing that we do. Like, I like that. That's a good style. We keep it. See, good things do happen out of bad things.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I mean, eventually something has to break, right?
That's
Uh,
correct.
right. So let's talk about one other thing here, just as we're uh, wrapping up things here. So right now, there's one that's not on here, but it looks like there's 34 people have been confirmed for this fan fest down at the Aviator Hotel and down here with for SICW in the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame once again Saturday, May 13th, which is where you will be seeing our lovely faces on this day. We will be out in the lobby. Uh, from what I hear right now, the vendors are going to be in the lobby, and all the featured legends here are to do meet and greets, signings, whatever, the entire day. They're going to be inside the ballroom. Okay. So we're going to be out here. But here's the thing. Uh, we definitely want you out to attend, see the show. Definitely visit sicw.org to get your tickets. But hey, uh, before you punch your ticket in to get into the ballroom, you get to see our faces. So stop by and say hi, all of you. And we want to spread the word. Make sure everybody's spreading the word about what we do here, because we're trying to do our damnedest to get everything out. Which, by the way, Z,
Hmm.
and I'm just going to stop seeing this because right out there. So, what one real quick, one head that has been just added, not on here, is Ed Wheatley, the author from the Wrestling That the Chase book is now here, so that makes it
Oh, I need
34.
to put my book out.
Yeah, mine's over here. So there it is.
I don't know
See,
where.
right, right there.
Yeah, yours is right. Oh, over this side. Yeah. Up.
Yeah, I'm over there. Yeah. I point my fingers weird, so
Oh my god!
I'm on air. But
My thumb hand.
34 faces here, and obviously we're not going to be getting. I mean, we're going to try to see what we do to get some of these legends on. Um, uh, but I mean, but what a lineup! What a lineup that's going to be here, and if this is probably going to be one of the biggest fan fest ever. I mean, this is like
Yeah,
the
this is
all in
huge.
all like fan access that WWE could ever have.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Without the WrestleMania stuff. You know what I mean? So this is pretty big.
This is
And
almost as. I mean, this is not almost. This is just as good, as a wrestling con.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, this is a great lineup. Like, under one roof, there's everybody is touched there from like different genres of light wrestling. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean like different genres. And I can tell you that we were confirmed that we will have Barbara Goodishan in either I was going to say April 9th, but then I had talked to others who are trying to get in, and also her, who has also said that that is also Easter, and some of these folks may not be available. So, which I can understand, but we want to try to get in as much as we can, leading up to this show, and it's just going to be huge, large, big, whatever. It's just going to be out of this world, pretty much. I know I'm going to have a long day. In fact, I'm going to have a long weekend. If y'all have not heard about my weekend by now, then obviously you're not listening on a weekly basis, knowing what I am going to have the night before all of this happens, as me being the best man for my best friend's wedding. Hopefully, he's not going to get super drunk, and I'm probably going to be up to like maybe 1 in the morning, not getting
That's what it's
in.
about. It's about the hustle, man.
Yeah, it's about the hustle, and then I'm going to be dropping, and then I'm going to get right back up early to get down 30 minutes away from where I live and start setting up for this fan fest. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun one way or the other. Um but no, get your sicw.org to get your tickets. Once again, there's a separate ticket for the fan fest, and there's a separate ticket for the Hall
The
of
show,
Fame induction
yeah.
ceremony that goes along with the show. But there is a package deal to get both. So if you know you're going to get both, you're going to be saving money if you get both. So
I know one of my buddies got a ticket to come down there. So he's coming from like up by Cedar Rapids in Davenport, Iowa.
Oh my gosh.
For this. Yeah. So one of my buddies, guy from We Talk Wrestling, good friend of mine, he's gonna be riding with me down, but he got tickets to come to this.
Nice. And also, one thing that we also wanted to let everybody know is, we're, like I said, we're trying to make our way around. I actually just got a response back today from an inquiry that I sent out about for another one. And right now, this particular event is sold out to vendors, but we're on a wait list. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get out there, but it's for the Squared Circle Expo that's out in Indianapolis that would happen on April 8th. So
that'd be huge.
And we're talking about 60 stars that are out there. I mean,
right.
There is just like a lot of other potential, other people that are out there, which I heard that Friday only, Cowboy Bob Orton will be out there, but only for Friday. He's like, yeah, I can't. He's like, I can't stay out there the entire week, which I don't blame him. But no, I'm hoping that we at least get a chance to get on that one because that is a large one, and yeah, sure, it's a little bit of drive to get out the indie.
Get our toes wet,
Yeah, we're just trying to get our toes wet in anywhere
Stop
possible.
Stop.
Yeah. Well, we're just trying to get our feet wet in different regions, man.
I just wanted to make it sound dirty.
Oh my gosh, you already got me thinking bad, so that's dirty enough. So,
that's great.
Hey, but OzCon, that's going to be, that is definitely happening on April 29th. And can't wait for that. Once again, that's for this here, West Plains, Missouri. Don't forget about that. We'll be once we get more information about when we're going to be there and what we're going to do down there and everything else, we'll let you know. But it will be an afternoon appearance, so down in that area for the OzCon. Like I said, that's just to kind of test the water so we know how to set up for this fan fest. So, man. Pretty much a clear, cut and dry night for us, at least for me anyway. Other than the botches that.
I just punched my mic.
Yeah,
because I punched my eye.
Yeah, that's the least of your worries. That's the least of your worries with all of mine. It's like, man, I don't know. It was great to have Shylynn. It was good to have the.
It was fun.
I love this week's memes. I'm sorry, all of them. Well, I like the Edge of Allegiance,
Dude, Edge's theme was popping. It's always been popping, actually. Like Edge's theme was.
Dude, I mean, what about Elimination Chamber? How everybody in Montreal was singing his theme song.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's amazing. And I almost want to like thank the New Day a lot for this because in recent years, I feel like you have pockets of guys that have always liked entrance music, right? And we've always nerded out to the entrance music. But in the recent years, with like how they have brought their nerdism of entrance music to their characters in the ring, like Xavier Woods rocking out to Batista's entrance music when he's like behind the stage. Did you ever see anything like that? Like,
oh yeah, well,
at WrestleMania, he's like rocking out, and then they're in the ring, and Seth walks out, and like they're just like, it's it's awesome. I love WWE entrance music. I love AEW entrance music. I like good entrance music for wrestlers, and it's fun. It's fun when you get that like that sensation just from that.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean it's. But I mean, and I'm also hearing again when going back to Edge here real quick that he might be wrapping up his return. I mean he'll be done with his return phase probably by the end of the year.
I respect that. I'm not even like I'm okay for him to put it up. Like I think we got to get a little bit Edge out. Like we got to see him for one last time. He got to kind of go out on his own. Like so. I'm happy with what he delivered for the end.
I mean, he got to work a mixed tag with his wife, and have a good match with that. I mean, and however else he goes on. I mean, I gotta respect him though. I mean,
Edge is one of my favorites. Edge was okay. So before we get off here today, let's talk about something. I don't know if you saw that I posted on We Talk Wrestling that I got in an argument on another thing. So like, in all honesty, like I never really was a hardcore Hardys fan. I was always about Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian were the bomb to me. They were, if it wasn't for that Attitude Era, like the Dudley Boys get a pass because they're ECW and all that stuff, and I loved ECW. So they're like already grandfathered up, right? But out of that WWE crew, it was Edge and Christian to me. The Hardy Boys were okay, they were cool as a team, and I liked them as a team, but like there was no aspect of those guys either for me being up higher or anything. Edge and Christian, I always thought could be like single competitors. Like I always had that vision. Like they were so good as a tag team. What awesomeness could they do? And yes, I'm going to say awesomeness because, it's something they would say. What awesomeness would they do to like become the next step? And Edge and Christian have never not delivered, in my opinion, as wrestlers. So for me, that's watching one of my heroes finally put up his hat. Edge was the dude to me. Like that, the whole reason I loved wrestling for a period was his heel role as the Rated R Superstar. So like the man is a gift to wrestling, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. He was. And he is. And it's kind of good that at least he's going to go out on his terms though. That's a good thing that he battled back, now wrestling for 9 years, battling with this neck, and then getting back in shape and getting himself in better shape to go and get in the ring, and then have these good quality matches to where it mattered, and then he'll probably have maybe a few more than he's done. So I mean, it's good. Yeah,
and he's gonna have a banger with Finn. He's gonna have a banger with Finn at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like those two, I think Edge is gonna be able to get out kind of what WWE's been lacking with Finn, potentially. Does that make sense? Not that Finn's not been a good hand his time, but he's never had that moment to break and shine. And I think Edge could be that sleeve for him.
And also another thing here too is you talk about getting Finn to push Finn over that edge or whatever. I'm seeing some artwork that the Finn we're going to get is the Demon Finn. So to me, Demon Finn was the strongest point of that character. And there's something mystical about that character that brings out the best in him as his performance and just the way that he is. And I think that's, if you get Demon Finn and you get Rated R Superstar Edge, that's going to be
beautiful.
Yeah,
it's going to be. Those two are going to paint something that. Yeah, they're going to paint something. I know I've been saying. I think I said it last year. I'm pretty sure I did, but I just feel like with wrestling right now, we're about to see. There's so much wrestling going on, right? In all aspects, and wrestling's thriving in all aspects in my eyes. But for the big company, I think we're about to see literally like this new hurdle of like, dude, did you watch Raw last night? Like, did you watch AEW? We're about to see something pinnacly like just strike, and it's just gonna be like this drive of love of wrestling again. I remember being a kid, and then through the Attitude Era, like, did you watch Raw? Did you watch Raw? Did you catch me fully doing like? That's what's missing from Raw in wrestling right now is like that true fandom and support behind something that we all once loved, thoroughly driven, passionately. What I feel you feeling something. What are you gonna?
I was kind of working my mind.
I thought you were gonna like jump in. I was ready for you to jump in and go adding into it, but I really do believe like in the wrestling world, we're about to see something really magically happen, and I don't know if it's with me or what. Like everything about wrestling is just fun to me right now. So.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree. I mean, it's getting fun again. There's been a lot of silliness that's been cut out since Vince has been gone. A lot of it's been cut out. There's still maybe a little, but not as much as there was. And it's getting to the point where it's watchable again, or or I would want to watch and see what happens. I mean, once again, continuing. I mean, we can go on and on once again with Bloodline again, happening, and it makes you want to watch next week. What's going to happen next week. Those are the storylines that get you intrigued of what's going to happen. And don't even bother reading the dirt sheets. Just tune in next week and find out for yourself to be organically have an organic reaction to what you're watching and how you take it. Don't try to, don't be a,
and it's okay to be I'm a fan of sidearm booking, so I am one of those guilty marks that like to try to plan out my own vision of wrestling and get mad when it doesn't go my way. I've learned not to do that now, but I still enjoy the whole like what if they're going this way, like the whole Sami Zayn thing. Like I currently feel with the Bloodline storyline. Okay, this is how good they're doing it because you can do this with it. I feel like Roman's going to somehow pigeonhole Jay back into the Bloodline. Sammy and Kevin are going to help the Usos somehow break free of like Roman, and that's how the dissolve like will go in some form and fashion like that. Now, once again, Cody Rhodes does not need to win the title at WrestleMania. I think we needed to go longer. Give it to my boy Jay, but like the storyline is so intriguing that it brings like, even if my what if doesn't happen in whatever WWE's held, I don't think I'm going to be disappointed because I'm so invested in the storyline.
Right. So, yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I'm just waiting for things to unfold. So, like,
as long as we're not getting like Hornswoggle's like the manipulator of the whole thing.
Who was around the area here last night? So
who is the true tribal chief? It's Hornswoggle.
Deal down to me.
Well, he's been Vince's illegitimate child.
Right.
The anonymous GM. He was the anonymous GM. Come on.
Right.
I kind of miss the anonymous GM thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just said that, but I kind of do. Michael Cole.
Adam Pearce is doing an okay job.
Oh, no. Adam Pearce is by far, I will say this 100%. One of my favorite on-screen characters as an authority role was always William Regal. Okay? So that's my personal favorite on-role guy, right? But Adam Pearce has definitely, I think, surpassed William. on it. Not like I really like Adam Pearce. He plays the role so well, and now him and Charlotte, Chelsea Green, whole stuff. It just it's adding to the character, and I can't wait to see it progress. Like Adam Pearce, yes, love somebody today. Remember that. He always says that on his. That's what his Facebook says all the time. He'll post a picture and he says, "Remember to love somebody."
There you go.
I don't know his career in NWA as much as I should. Because I really, he's one of those guys that I'm not almost. I will be probably going back and watching his older stuff, like when he was actually wrestling and competing, because he's impressed me so well in this role that it makes me want to see what other he's done in wrestling. Because I don't know his career in NWA or anything.
Oh no, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, boy, what a worker he was, and there's a reason. There's a reason why these guys get the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Well, except for Tyrus, but I mean, which Tyrus to me, he just turned 50, so I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just the size. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not sold. I mean, every time I look at him, it's like Funk is down on the roll because he looks. So
he's too damaged for me.
I mean,
when it comes to all that stuff,
I
like him as a bodyguard though. I like him in that bodyguard role. I don't get sold on him.
I don't get sold on him being an NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know. There's a lot, and the reason why I say that is because I think there's just a lot more talented guys out there that could be having that title. There's just And I'm not even going back for Trevor Murdoch either, because Trevor's had it a couple times. He's done. He's proved his worth. That's fine. But there's other people in the mix here. But I digress. But yeah, I don't know. It's
I'm not up on NWA right now anyway. So
yeah,
I only watched it for a little bit when Rohit was there for like a split second. I got big into it again, and then I lost interest. No, JTG was there for a little bit, and I think he's still there, but I was watching it because of him, too. Yeah. But I'd only really watch JTG matches because, well, he's an unrated talent.
Yeah.
Underrated talent.
Yeah, definitely underrated.
And I like the fact that he said on a podcast once that he wished he didn't pick up the phone.
That's fine.
So, my hero.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh man. Well, I don't know about you, man. I'm gonna kind of get back to the green room, stretch a little bit, and then see what this upcoming week brings for me. So, I think we're going to give this a end of the night here, guys. But we do thank you very much for giving us a listen here tonight. Once again, for episode number 93 for Shylynn's appearance, and it's always a party here, even when we leave. There we go.
Always.
Board's gonna. Hey, come on, board.
It's gonna be the death of you, man.
Oh gosh. I don't know. This thing don't really work half the time.
Boo! You stink!
Yeah, that's my thought on the board. But hey, guys, you have a great week. Hey, we may be having, just keep tuned in for this upcoming episode this weekend. Definitely going to have a new guest, but we don't know who. So yeah. So good night, Casey. Good night, everybody. For Gem City Mountains,
we don't know who.
Yeah, I don't know
love
who. Yeah. We're going to give you a big surprise, but we don't know what the hell it is. Okay. We'll see you, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Oh, my goodness. Get out. Thanks again for tuning in to tonight's episode of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Don't forget our friends at the following: Outside the Ring STL, the Searcher and Hide podcast, and We Talk Wrestling. The Falls Count Everywhere podcast is an LTX Enterprises production.